All right, welcome. This is Unit 5, Day 2 for construction. I am working on the notes here. So you have a picture on top with 8 angles. And first thing I'm asking you to do is just a little bit of review because we're going to be going into some more names with angles and how they're related. So the first thing I ask you to do are the vertical angles. So name all pairs. So it says all pairs. So there's many pairs in here. Remember, vertical angles are across from each other anytime you have like an X. So if you remember that, just write them down. You can go through this. Otherwise, we have like angle 6 and angle 5. Nope, just kidding. Angle 8. Our vertical angles, angle 7 and angle 5 are verticals. Because they're going across 2 and 4, and angle 1 and angle 3. Now these are not named in any particular order. If you did 1 and 3 first, that's fine. 2 and 4 last, that's not a matter, but these pairs need to stay together. Next one, it asks you to look at the same picture, and actually this whole page uses reference to that same picture. All sets of supplementary angles. Now supplementary angles make a straight angle, or 180 degrees. Now we don't know the degree measures on these, but I can see straight angles saying that, like, you know, straight line here. So these two are straight angle. This is a straight angle, so we got lots of them in here. So angle 6 and angle 5. Underneath that you have angle 7 and angle 8. Same thing going down, angle 2 and angle 1. And then angle 3 and angle 4. Now you're halfway there, so if you already named other ones, that's fine. So we have the ones going like left and right, but then you also have them going up and down, making that kind of pair right there. So 6 is a straight angle with 5, but you also have angle 6 and angle 7. Angle 5 and angle 8. So the ones kind of going up and down, angle 2 and angle 3. And then angle 1 and angle 4. Excuse me. So these are all kind of reviews of the a couple types of angle pairs already. Now the next ones we're going to get into are referring to the same picture. So now these all have to do with, you know, if you have two lines, it doesn't matter, you know, what they look like. Maybe further on down the line they're going to intersect. That's fine. But what I'm doing right now is looking at these two lines and this line that intersects the other one. So this is your transversal. Okay, so our line R is your transversal. So it's a line that intersects two or more lines. So I could stack a whole bunch of lines together and have one transversal go through all of them. But for right now, our picture, we just have lines M and M going kind of left to right and transversal R intersecting both of them. Alright, so the types of angles we're going to talk about are in that picture. Now you see where it's like alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding same side interior, same side exterior. These have a lot of clues to what you're looking for, and it's important that you know where the transversal is so that you can identify these. Now you see also words like interior and exterior, and that refers to interior is the part in between these two lines. So this is your interior part. And the exterior is like any free space outside of it. So exterior would be above or below. Okay, so Interior is in between, so it's smashed in between, and exterior is above it or below it. So it's kind of space that's free above it and below it. Okay, so when they say alternate interior, alternate exterior. So alternate interior, you want to look in between the lines. So you're only considering angles in between the lines. And you're alternating sides of the transversal. So alternate sides of the transversal. Both interior angles. But they cannot be next to each other. So we already named like, cannot be next to each other. Slow down. 7 and 8, we already named, so those are two of them inside. So we're only looking on the inside of these two angles, inside lines. 7 and 8 we already named as supplementary, and while they are adjacent and next to each other, alternate interior have to be one on one side of the transversal, one on the other, alternating, so alternating one on one, one on the other, both interior, but they cannot be next to each other. So this actually means they kind of jump over, they go across. So angle 7 and angle 1. So they're kind of jumping that way. So example would be angle 7 and angle 1. Or reversing it would be 2 and 8. So when you're doing this, you're looking for pairs of them. So 7 and 1 or 2 and 8. Now, the same thing happens again on the alternate exterior, except we're alternating, jumping over the transversal. We're not going next door neighbors, so it cannot be 3 and 4. But we're only comparing the exterior parts of the lines. Okay, so same thing. Alternate sides of transversal. Both exterior. But not next to each other. So they cannot be next to each other again. And this happens with all the angles. They can't be next to each other, so none of the other ones have that property too. So alternate exterior would be like jumping from 6, jumping over the transversal to another part, so 6 and 4 would be an example. Or going the other way, angle 3 and angle 5. Now, I'm going to skip over corresponding for a second because same side interior, same side exterior, they follow, and I should have put alternate interior and same side. I could have put them right after each other because they follow the same pattern. Alternate interior was alternate sides of the transversal, where same side is same side of the transversal. So the words are telling you where to look. So same side of the transversal. So don't jump over it this time. And again, both interior. So when you look at this, again, interior, same side of the transversal, so I'm not jumping this time. I'm staying on one side. And so they're going to be right next, like across from each other. So this would be 2 and 7, and then another side would be 1 and 8. So same side interior, an example would be angle 2 and angle 7, and then angle 1 and angle 8. And then same side exterior follows the same thing. Same side of transversal. Both exterior. And follows the same thing, both on the exterior part, but don't jump over. So you're looking at, on our picture, angle 3 and angle 6 would be a pair, or 4 and 5. Now corresponding is the last one. Corresponding means in your group of like 4 angles, you're looking at like the same position. So in your groups of tables, like Malin would be in the same position as Jennifer, or Lewis would be in the same position as Hector. So you're in the same seat or same position in that group as another group would be. So you're looking for the same position compared to other groups. So when you're doing this with the angles, you're comparing the group below and the group above. So up here would be 5 and compared to 1. 5 and 1, 8 and 4, 6 and 2, 7 and 3. Okay, so in our example, we have angle 5 and angle 1. Sorry, I should have put this last. Angle 8 and angle 4. 6 and 2. Or 7 and 3. All right, that's it. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks.